Welcome to the Feature of the Week, presented by Gamers R Us. This is Alex, and this week we're talking about Spacebase, DF9, and Godus. Now, just a disclaimer, both of these titles are currently in various forms of testing, and they are both strategy games. One is more of a simulation, and the other one is more of a god game, which obviously Godus would be being something done by Peter Molyneux. Okay, now that we've got all that out of the way, let's talk about Spacebase DF9, which is made by Double Fine Games and is a space simulation slash strategy slash, I guess, living simulator in a way. You start the game with 3 astronauts that were frozen cryogenically for thousands of years, and now you need to create a space base so you can A, survive, and B, have your culture come back and flourish. In its current state, DF9 is largely a sandbox kind of space strategy simulator. I'm not sure yet whether there's going to be missions added, campaigns added. Currently, it's just one single save and that's it, kind of in the vein of Faster Than Light. The whole point of the game is to attract people to your space station, make it larger, and make it a force so that you can, for instance, defend against evil robot pirates that want to come and invade you and take all your food processing goo. I don't know. But also just to run things, because not only, you see all this basic stuff here in the beginning, but later on in the game you're going to, have gardens you need to maintain for food. You're going to have someone that needs to run a pub. You're going to need people who are, technicians repairing things. And that's in addition to mining and deconstructing all these bloody derelicts that seem to be coming through here. Now, with anything that's in the process of being built, there are some bugs, I can tell you. Certainly in the beginning, I got confused and my astronauts kept running out of air and dying. Derelicts show up all the time to a degree that you can't even clear them fast enough. And there's also just a couple of... Sometimes you get a visual bug where, you start the game in full screen, it's all whacked out. And also one has to keep in consideration that not all the elements of gameplay are here yet. There are only a few different types of... Well, not a few different types, maybe 8, 9 different types of rooms. I'm expecting that they're going to have a lot more to make it look like a kind of a larger society, but right now obviously it's kind of step by step. However, overall it's quite a nice experience if you have, the extra cash to throw away to try and play these games in development, because it's really, it's a really cool idea, and I think a lot of people would latch onto it. And many people can play it just by looking at the thing graphically. There shouldn't be any computer which has a problem running this game. The next title that's in testing that I'd want to talk about is Godus, brought to you by Peter Molyneux. Well, Peter Molyneux is involved, at least. And it's, again, a god game, and it does remind you a lot of Populous, if you ever played Populous back in the day. As you'll see, the key gameplay element is simply dragging land to create space so that people can build settlements. And you kind of have a range in which you're able to have influence, and you're able to build settlements, and you get up to a certain population mark, you get to expand, or you uncover certain different cards which apply to the game, and you will expand. Right now I'm playing the competitive mode because I believe that it best shows in a limited time what the gameplay is like. But when you're playing the larger game mode, it is a persistent world. That's right, it is a persistent online world. I'm not sure whether they're going to set it up to have multiple accounts. But currently I have just one game going, and it's the only game I can have, and so far I've spread over the world quite nicely. I just need to clear some mountains, but clearing all that space can really be time consuming and can be a pain. While the graphics look reasonably simplistic, the game is surprisingly taxing on my system, at least. And when it comes to just what there is to do, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot there. The competitive mode is interesting, but I'm not sure whether it's really enough right now to drive people to go purchase the game in the state it's in. However, if you have some extra money and really want to try a different concept, kind of heralding back to the older days of gaming, give it a try. Uh, Otherwise, I would wait until maybe this gets to retail or they start adding additional features.